I'm King Fame, and today I want you to ignore the entire background because this is a work in progress, and I put it on halt just to talk about this individual that this video is about today. This video is going to be about Momokun. Now, Momokun is a dude who has been accused of sexually harassing cosplayers. There are many accusations of him not only pulling down these cosplayers' clothing in public, but also touching them in parts they do not want to be touched, either in public or private. And these accusations have rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, which is ironic because that's the thing that got this whole situation going to begin with. Just imagine some dude running around a public convention and just smacking people on the asses and pulling girls top down without any permission or knowing these individuals at all. Now I want you to take that anger and no longer imagine a guy. I want you to imagine Momokun, who is actually a female who's been accused of doing these things, and I want you to keep that same energy because a lot of people have been trying to defend her actions because she is a female, and that's sad. So let's have a talk about this entire thing after the...
What kind of guy do you think I am, huh?
You hold this down for that bum ass.
Stupid.
Can we copy strike him right now?
So Momokun is a popular cosplayer. She has about 500,000 followers on Instagram, and she has been accused of a lot of things lately. But what I'm going to mostly focus on is the sexual harassment aspect of her accusation, because I feel like that's the most important part of all of this. She got accused by 2 other cosplayers of inappropriately doing things to them that they had not given her permission or consent to do, and they barely knew her when she did it. So it wasn't like they were close friends doing friendly things. This was just Momo Cosby finally getting an opportunity to touch these people that she clearly finds attractive in her own community. By the way, I couldn't decide if I wanted to call her Momo Cosby, Momo Weinstein, or Momo Trump because she clearly subscribes to the mentality of just walking up to people you find attractive and grabbing them by, which is a very disgusting mentality. Here are the 2 tweets that I saw that stood out to me from these cosplayers. The first one reads, from Bunny Ayumi, sexual harassment should not be dismissed. It is not easy to come forward, but I have gained the courage to speak up. At AX last year, Momokun slapped my ass in front of a large crowd without my permission after I had just met her. That tweet was from a cosplayer known as Bunny Ayumi, and the next one is from K-Bear. She says, I used to keep my mouth shut, but since I now realize I'm not alone, I feel like I will say something. Mariah, which is Momokun's real name, has also touched me without my permission. When we first met at Otakon Vegas, she pulled my top down while I was in cosplay and exposed my nipple in a bathroom full of people. Now, unfortunately, neither of these 2 have videos of this happening, especially K-Bear for obvious reasons, but there have been videos of Momokun doing similar things in the past.
Yes. Hi, man. What if I like touch his butt? Let me give you a soft caressing hand. Yes. No, I didn't. I grabbed his butt. If I was grabbing dick, it'd be a lot different. I hate myself. I'm really scared. A photo bombing. It's happening. Yes. Ooh, they're squishy. Yeah, they're squishy today. Hey, this is still Twitch, guys. Is it live? Yes.
So it's not very unlikely that any of this is true. Could you imagine being that bold that you feel like you can get away with that kind of stuff in public, let alone in private? You can see how uncomfortable everybody was when she did these things because everyone's faces have very confused and awkward expressions, like they didn't see it coming and didn't get why she was doing those things because they're not friends. These people she's inappropriately touching aren't friends of hers. Can you imagine if Momokun touched you or any female you're close to in the same way? Because if she touched any female that I know of like that, I can only imagine the conversation going something like this.
Fight back! Fight back! Fight back!
And that's not to say that I would play a part in that behavior. I would just be a witness to the response that would happen if she were to inappropriately touch them. Because Momokun herself said if anybody ever touched her without her permission or even came close to doing such a thing, she wouldn't respond very nice. And that is the most hypocritical thing I think I've ever read, because not only were you doing the exact same thing that you said would make you angry because you don't approve of it, but you were confused and baffled by the fact that the people you did it to didn't respond nicely to you. You said that they were only saying these things because people love to hate you, or even better, because they were seeking attention, not because of the fact that you traumatized them and inappropriately touched them without their permission. No, not that. It was solely because they wanted attention and they know that people love to hate you. And then your response, instead of instantly apologizing or even apologizing in the moment that it all happened, you decided to not only turn off your Instagram comments so no one could bring it up, but you also decided to block everyone who was accusing you of doing anything, which is probably the most guilty reaction to ever being accused of anything ever in life. If someone says you did something and you avoid talking to them and avoid letting them talk to you, and then start deleting all comments mentioning that said topic, it's probably because you're hiding something you know is true. And you've hidden and blocked so many things, from comments and tweets to video clips. It took me a while to find these clips that I needed for this video. Thankfully, I was able to find a video by Repzion or Zion, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, where he covered the same story, and he was able to get most of those clips before you removed anything. So that's why I ended up having to get most of my clips from my video. So thank you for that. I'll be sure to link his video down in the description so you can check his out as well. And now what I want to get to is the apology of Momokun. She is very bad at apologizing. I'm starting to recognize a trend. Why is everyone who gets in trouble really, really bad at apologizing? I don't know if it's just me, but if I ever got in trouble, I would kill the apology. My apology would be amazing. But for some reason, these people can't just simply look in the camera and say, I'm sorry, and make it feel like they actually mean it. They generally play victim, make up excuses, deflect, and try to like do all these other things other than just saying, I'm sorry. Here's Momokun's version of an apology.
I apologize.
Can you imagine that? If someone said, hey, you sexually harassed me and I don't like it and it's against the law, and you just responded with,
I apologize.
how did you expect anybody to take that seriously and feel like you actually mean what you say? Especially after you just accused them of lying for attention and only wanting to hate you more. Now you're coming down and saying that you actually did do it, and you're sorry you guessed. And even if you would have stopped at that trash attempt at an apology, you would have made out a lot better than what you did by saying this part right after it.
I get a little like crazy, and I think a lot of it has to do with like having ADHD and like not being able to control myself sometimes.
ADHD is the reason why you're inappropriately touching people. I know people with ADHD. They don't do these things. That's not what that disorder means. I think you just reached into a victim hat and pulled out the first disorder that came up. ADHD. Don't drag ADHD people into this. They have enough problems that they have to worry about on their own. They don't need being accused of sexual harassment on their list of things they have to worry about because you can't keep your hands to yourself. Please leave them out of this and come up with a better excuse if you're going to try to come up with any excuse at all, because this one was garbage. This was absolute garbage of an excuse to do what you've done. And like I said, for this video, I only wanted to focus on the whole sexual harassment aspect. I didn't focus on the fact that you lied about so many other things, because if I did, this video would be like 30 minutes long. You've lied about so much. You're a compulsive liar, which makes your apology just that less valuable. I don't know if you've ever heard the story of Pinocchio or a little boy that cried wolf, and I'm assuming you haven't, because I'm assuming you've only heard of characters that you can dress up as and leave your cleavage out. So these two don't really resonate with you at all. But the stories pretty much imply that the more that you lie, the less that people tend to believe you, and I don't think you understand that, which is why you continue to try and lie about every single situation that you get in and assume that just because people find you attractive that they're going to constantly believe you, and just because you dress up as magical characters you have some type of magical spell over people that distracts them from the terrible person you are. But no, you're not a magical person, and no, we don't believe anything you're saying, and no, the apology was not good enough, and no, we don't want to give you a second chance to come up with a new disorder. We just want you to go away. We just want to stop hearing from you for a while, and we hope that while you're going away that you become a better person, because you're ruining the name of good cosplayers with your constant lying and attempts at manipulation, which is why so many people have rallied together against you in this situation. You clearly deserve this L. There's not a lot you can really say to defend it. If you all agree that Momokun deserves this L, be sure to leave a like on the video, and of course leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about the whole situation. If you're new, subscribe to join me and the famous few on our path to greatness. And until next time, I'm the famous King Fame, and I am
self-destruction, something, can't remember nothing, wilding out in public. It is that act like we don't know this, where our actions had got us.